Hello everybody, welcome back. It has been a very long time since I've been on here yet again. 3 weeks in fact. Very sorry to have left you guys on an open promise again of posting another video. Caught bronchitis, so that's a lot of fun. That's been spreading around like wildfire recently, so that was awful. Do not want to go through that again. Um, Never had it be that hard to breathe since that one time I caught COVID, so that was very, very rough. But anyhow, here we are back yet again in EverQuest. And to much further research during my time being sick, on top of having a wizard character, you may notice that my name is a little bit different here. That is because we now have a mage instead of a wizard. And you're probably wondering, Nate, why would you do this? You had a level 5 wizard. Did you delete him? What happened? Well, he's still here. Did not delete him. Don't plan to. So he's just going to be put to the side a little bit for now. And we're going to get this magician up to speed. Because if we're talking doing solo stuff, well, we're going to have to face it, Wizard's probably going to be off the menu for a little while. As they're, according to both my research and people who were kind enough to reach out to me, they're a little bit more difficult to go along on their own. So it's better off if we take our chances with the Magician class with the ability to have a pet, buffs, things like that, instead of just sitting there and relying entirely on mana and casting from a distance. So that's enough jaw-jacking for a moment there. So we're back in Kanos yet again. Same general race, same general everything really. Human, you name it. This guy's got red hair though, so ooh, right. So being level 2, we're kind of back in the old stomping ground again. Have to go back to killing low-level mobs to get that experience up. And we're turning in things such as bone chips, you name it, to people like Lation Novashine. And probably killing that daggone rat yet again in Steve Galloway's place to get a little bit of money on the side from doing so. Because money's in short supply on a new character, although I did manage to get a decent amount of gold. Probably should go to the bank soon. But that's besides the point. So it's just going to kind of be like this for a little bit until we progress further on this guy, which I'm very excited to do because I have had a mage before. And he is... I think he was all the way over in Kunark. Got from here, and I was playing with an old friend of mine on that character, and we managed to get all the way to the other side of the map, pretty much, or the world at the time before Velios had launched. We got all the way over to Kunark, and ended up doing some crazy things in Kern's Tower, and yeah, it was a blast. So it was very fun times, that was. So yeah. So I kind of miss having a mage. They're very fun to play. So with a mage, we get decent abilities to both, do direct damage spells as well as summon pets and debuffs and things like root. So you name it. We're going to get basically, as time progresses here, we're going to get quite a decent selection of things to throw at our enemies and to better defend ourselves on top of that. So I'm very excited. So all these null pups carrying liquor. What is this? Ale. There's also apparently a Halloween event going on right now. Since I had been sick, I hadn't updated the client for EverQuest in a long time from the Project 1999 crew. So new files, new update. There's supposedly a Havoc event or something going on. If I stand corrected, I'm not entirely sure. And I think the event has things that occur, or like text will pop up down here saying if something's going on around here. So I'm not entirely 100% certain about what's going on within the event. I tried to read the patch notes, still couldn't follow too closely what was going on. So I guess we'll just we'll see what it brings us to. All right. Anyhow, back to the old kill and collect sort of game. Last time before I came back here, besides dying for a little while with the plague, seems like within EverQuest, it seems like people have been sort of speaking about what will happen with the server regarding green and blue and red, because those are the 3 primary servers for Classic EverQuest. And for the longest time, it's always been rumored about there being some sort of a merge or some sort of like deletion of servers and making a new server and starting all over again, or all three combining, or I'm not entirely certain about how that's going to work out. And if the merge option does occur, I'm not entirely sure how it's going to affect characters and people who have a lot of progress on certain characters that they have. So it's all very interesting stuff to take a read about in the forums over there on their website. So I'll probably leave a link in the description for people that are curious, as it is something that kind of catches me. I catch myself reading it every now and then, so it's worth a look at. So let's go and hustle our junk away to Sneed Galloway over here. This poor guy is going to be a routine seller to me. Not selling the fishing rod, that's staying with me. Well, least we can do, with it being another day, is we can go all the way to the Magician's Guild and see what we can possibly buy in preparation for our next set of spells we're going to get when we level up. Always very exciting doing that on a caster class, being able to see what you're going to get. Also, I would like to apologize to everybody watching the video if I do stop when speaking. Throat's still a little bit hoarse regarding recovering, so makes speaking a little bit different. Sorry about that. Well, somebody's not having a good day. Oh. Let's not go in there. Interesting. So yeah, it seems like being a magician, we're not going to get the bulk of our new spells until we hit about level 4, so we got a little ways to go. Oh, pretty neat. Whoa. Well, looks like we got quite the ways to go here before we make any progress in the spell department, so good to know, good to know. Alright. We're back to North Kanos now. Back to the newbie yard. Always very fun. And we're back outside. So, Seems to me our best bet to getting up a few levels in a certain amount of time is going to be going after these decaying skeletons, because they drop the bone chips, which could amount to decent XP if we go ahead and turn them in. Excuse me. Ooh, I see a guy with a weapon. That's gonna be a lot of money. That guy there. I can hit him from here. There we go. It's a mean looking axe he's got there, isn't it? There we go. Well, it'll be worth something, right? It ain't worth much. That's cool, got a little bit of a team out here. So I want to know, on top of defeating the usual small level characters around here and NPCs, what do you guys think our next move should be here in the near future of getting this guy when he hits level 4? Where do you guys think we should go from there? Do you think we should continue this grindy stuff, or do you think we should go on some sort of a like a quest search in the main city here to see if we can find something interesting that we may be able to do? I'm kind of curious. I do know we can turn in null pup things to the Warriors Guild. I'm not sure if we'll do much in that sense, but it's worth a shot, isn't it? At least I think it is. I mean, it could be. A lot of decaying skeletons out now. Hopefully they have something on them. Kind of feel like I'm out mugging people. Always wondered, how do you scab? Good God, how do you stab a skeleton? You know, it's got so many holes in it and bones and everything. Are you really doing any damage when you stab a skeleton? Not really, right? Love how these people just live on a part of the world where they got these walking around, you know? Out and about, casually farming, next thing you know, you see a freaking skeleton walking through your yard, and it's like, oh, that's normal. Surprised they don't have a staff yet. Usually they carry those. Those are worth a lot of money if you turn those in. I think like a platinum, roughly. Man, he's doing damage, isn't he? Better get inside before it gets dark. So we already know about Sneed Galloway. We already know what that guy can do for us. We already know about turning in bone chips. We know about all the other small fetch quests, including the Warriors Guild. Let's go sneak around in the south part of Kanos to see if we can find something cool happening around there. I don't know where Relation is. I don't know if that guy's out there, because if we find him, we can turn in our chips for at least something more than just money. Hope we don't get killed by a rat. That'd be embarrassing. Well, anyhow, on to South Kanos again. We'll see if we can find anything interesting in the tavern back there. That's always fun. I think this place also here, this Iron Forge place. Wonder what's in here. Nothing. Won't break during combat, huh? So they sell weapons, and I assume, judging by the thing there, probably jewelry? Yep, jewelry. Something terrible happened to that guy. Says to be left alone is a lot of sorrow, huh? What does she have here? Oh, okay, yep, never mind, I better get out of here then. What's this? Oh, it's the same lady from earlier. Okay, well, I'm just gonna jump the fence. This is not suspicious, is it? I love the sound of that clock. It's probably one of my favorite sounds in this game. It'd make a very good music box if you're like trying to sleep at night or something. I don't know. I like it. It's pretty neat. What is this weirdo doing here? Okay, what a creep. We're going over here. I do know for sure, being in South Kanos, things are going to be a little bit more, probably a little more edgy. Because there's a lot of, shady NPCs around here. Not much going on in there, is there? Wow, there's no quests around here, is there? Not a word either. Dadgum. Alright, we're gonna go back out here. So it looks like we are out of a job until we can accrue ourselves some different leveling, or higher levels. What am I talking about? So we get to a higher level and really get that money up there and probably get a few more spells under our belt. We're kind of out of a job, you guys. So, looks to me like our best bet is just to keep on grinding until we get there, so. That's one aspect of this game that's, you know, always gonna be there no matter what level you are. That's for certain. It is fun fumbling around the place though until you end up bumping into somebody you're gonna regret. Or if you're an idiot like me and last time you pressed the Q key, which back there whenever I went to talk to, what's his name? Leanthian and Alicia. Last time I went back there and talked to them a few weeks ago before I caught the plague, I pressed the Q key on my wizard and auto-attacked them, and, well, they melted my face and didn't come back from that. Got my stuff back and everything, but it's just been kind of sketched out to go back there because, like, you know, what if I go back there and they end up, like, killing me again on the wizard? It's kind of creepy. It's like red out here. So what do you guys think regarding the mage? I mean, besides the fact that at low levels it feels sort of just like the wizard, really, you think we'll be able to get much farther if we manage to pull this guy off? You think we can be a little more self-sufficient on our own if we choose to go for the mage path over the wizard, or should we continue with the wizard? I'm a little bit confused on that aspect, because being sort of a noob to this game after not playing it for so long and off and on, really kind of leaves you a bit scratching your head whenever it comes to certain things like this. Not worth giving up on, so that's for sure. Really just gotta kind of find your way. Because me personally, when it comes to classes in the game, I do enjoy playing the caster, don't get me wrong. I do have, I think it's a level 14 warrior. And on top of that, a level 10 shaman, both barbarians. The warrior, I've gotten quite far on him being alone, somehow. Managed to pull it off on that guy. With the help of my good friend, I also managed to get to a decent level with him too. So I can't say I entirely soloed with him. Definitely spent a lot of time with him, wandering around with the warrior, wandering around in, I think it was the East Commonlands. We got from all the way on this side of the globe here in Kano, so we managed to get all the way to the Commonlands. Not through travel, but through porting. And, so yeah, never really got to experience too much adventure on that character, because it was sort of, you know, work your way through Everfrost, which is not very far from this place here. Get through Blackburrow, and then after you get through Blackburrow, you manage to get all the way here to Kanos. And really, once you're in Kanos, you have the hills, and then from the hills that away, it's all just open plains. You got the Karanas, which, sure, they're good, but it's just rife with danger, really. I mean, you got things like werewolves, you got different null factions out there, you got griffins, giants. So, look at that guy there, huh? That's how my other dude looked. So really, unless we find a certain pathway to go down here to do better for ourselves, we're kind of out of luck for a little while. Which is unfortunate, because if I make videos on this, I'm going to need to definitely spend more time kind of chipping away at it at the lower levels to sort of get my way up there, you know. But it is all part and parcel of becoming something more than just, you know, lobby and then quitting the character. Which that applies to every single class in this game, regardless of caster or tank or whatever it may be. Excuse me. So, realistically, yeah, I mean, that's sort of going to be our main way of approach. Is going to be, I'm going to have to get quite a bit of experience under my belt prior to venturing out on my own, especially regarding the hills area and then getting into the dungeon over there, which is Blackburrow, which is a lobby dungeon, but mind you, it's very dangerous, especially since being at a low level, you have higher level mobs kind of scooting around in there, so that's always fun on top of that, isn't it? So yeah, looks like for quite a while we're going to be on this sort of grind game, so I'm definitely going to have to kick it into high gear and spend more time collecting things and kind of mapping out Kanos for a little while. I'm going to have to go asking around NPCs and seeing people about, you know, what quests there are and what sort of inside gigs, you could say, that people have going on in the city here that I can partake in to get my, I guess, get my foot in the door, really. So, if any of you people watching these videos have any advice regarding that, I know one guy here, I think I have his comment somewhere. I remember him giving me some advice not too long ago. Excuse me. Yeah, I think if I am correct here, it's Wacko Warner is his name. Yeah, that guy there. Thank you so much, dude, for all your advice regarding wizard and the wizard class and sort of the caster genre in this game of soloing. Yeah, Warner, if I really haven't had your advice on that subject, I kind of would be a little bit like scratching my head right now, especially on the wizard, because had I managed to get him to a higher level, I'd probably be kind of sitting there twiddling my thumbs and probably stuck in a bit of a pickle, because I know that being in the wizard class, it's very hard to maintain your mana, especially when fighting, because you spend so much time, as he mentioned directly to me, sitting there and letting that regenerate just over and over and over. So you spend so much time just down, and you know, really, sorry about that. You spend more time waiting in the long run than you do truly fighting or getting anywhere. So it's really interesting to think about that. There's a lot of aspects that come into play whenever it comes to playing legitimately any class involving magic, because it's a two-edged sword to wield. So yeah, thank you, Wacko. That's great advice, really. I remember reading that comment, being like, you know, maybe I should have thought about that whenever I got myself involved in making a lobby character to progress forward on here. So I really do appreciate that. That was a really cool comment. Really cool to be able to reach out and talk with people that watch my videos too. That's one of my favorite things about this. So so yeah, I really do want to thank you, Wacko, for that advice. I really did appreciate that comment. Took a little bit for me to comprehend and read it thoroughly, but managed to pick up on the message there, and it's really helpful. So yeah, for any of you other guys that watch these videos, if you have any advice regarding where to go from here, where to go from this lobby stage and to really get somewhere in that mid-level range, that, you know, that 5, that 10, that 15, maybe someday that 20. If you guys can sort of give me some tips for where to go here, especially being a mage now, on top of the wizard, where should we go, you know? So, it should be pretty cool. For now, I'm going to get to cracking away at getting this guy up there, that's for certain, because I owe it to you guys to do better than this, to get past this low part in the character's life cycle, to really get out there and, you know, get going, map the place out, see what we can do, what are our options, and yeah, we'll be getting somewhere for sure. So I want to thank you guys for dropping by. It's been really good to make a video after about 3 weeks, because, you know, I was getting worried, because I was like, man, you know, bronchitis freaking sucks. You know, it's awful. I hate coughing every time I talk. I get tired of, you know, being just miserable. So Past few days have been better though. It's made you feel better. I've felt better, more clarity. You know, you're able to function a little more smoothly. So that's always good, right? So yeah, I mean, I appreciate you guys stopping by. It means a lot. Any questions, comments, concerns, anything, any advice, really, I'd greatly appreciate it if you guys could leave that in the comment section. So this is sort of a, it's a series that doesn't just involve me fumbling my way around. You guys can definitely get involved. Any tips, any advice that you can really throw my way, I'm gonna read it, man. So that's for sure. So yeah, I look forward to my next video with you guys, and I really do appreciate you guys stopping by to watch these. That means a lot to me. Hopefully I can get rid of this daggone sickness and we can move on from here and I can make videos more efficiently and not have issues with my speaking. So yeah, I really do appreciate that. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night, and I'll see you guys around.